Okay, today we're going to talk with Rosemary Clark. She was born in Belgium. She arrived to Chile in 1980 when she just had 12 years old. So, how was for you move to Chile being so young?
For me, it was very special because at first we didn't know we were coming to Chile, and all I heard is that when we arrived to Chile, I then found that all my family was here. So it was very special and it was very magical because we arrived. We got to live on the farm, and in Belgium, the only animals we'd ever seen was in a zoo. But now we were able to actually be with animals and touch them and see how they lived and everything. So it was very magical. You have to remember, I was very young, so these things were very special.
And how was for you this cultural crash with this all new culture, Chilean culture, so different to the European culture? How was for you?
It was very different because first of all, in Belgium there wasn't any poverty, and here in Chile, when we arrived, especially to live on the farm, children walked around barefooted. So we thought it was fashion. We thought it was like being free, not having to wear gloves or having to use these special white dresses and everything just not to get dirty. So it was, in that case, since I was very little, that was very special to us. The second thing is that children didn't go to school back then. So then when we began to play with them, it was the first time that they actually went to school.
Yeah, that was very, very shocking maybe for you. Did you, when you arrived to Chile, do you speak Spanish? Did you speak Spanish or did you learn here?
No, we hardly spoke any Spanish. We were lucky enough to have au pairs in Belgium, which were, the au pairs were usually students that came from families that went to Europe to learn English or learn French. And we had one which was Spanish, and she taught us a bit of Spanish. My mom used to say also that she spoke to us in Spanish, but I don't even remember that. All I know is that when we got here, we spoke only English, and we hardly understood what the children told us. So no, I didn't speak any Spanish when I was little.
So moving to another subject, according to your experience, your work experience in the UNICEF, what do you think that are the most different issues that Latin America already have to the right of the children?
I worked for UNICEF about 10 years ago, in 1999, and back then, 15 years ago, sorry, and back then children's rights was just arriving to Chile. And we worked directly with different institutions in Chile, especially guaranteeing that children would be attended and assisted with their problems, because there was a lot of violation, in families and in schools and in malls also. So we got to work with a lot of institutions and helping a lot of children. And so I feel, yes, there was a big change back then, and it's been improving since then.
Okay. Do you think that there is still a lot of work to do about the right of the children yet in Chile?
Yes, I think they still need, especially because of the discrimination that they're getting now. I think discrimination, I mean by the different races here in Chile. I've known that, for instance, in public schools, when a Mapuche child is there, they're not very well treated by the other children. So and there isn't a lot. The children don't feel that they're being defended by their teachers. I also feel that there's a lot of bullying in school, and schools aren't being very strong with their rules and different activities or things they do at school in order to have those children respected.
Do you think that this more like, or not just a social problem, if not, it's also like the lack of the public politics about this? Like in the school, the lack of a law that regulates all these things, the bullying in the school and all that?
Yes, I think schools, I think there's still a lot to do. I think schools don't, I mean, they're not really daring to making these issues public, because then parents will want to have their children at school. I think they're getting the thing the wrong way. They should be working to defend all the children, because usually in the classroom there's more children with difficulties than children that can work well with the way the education is being dealt today.
I'm talking about another kind of discrimination, like the woman discrimination. Do you think that Chile and Latin America have a lot of things to improve about that?
Yes, I think that Chile has advanced a lot in that, because a lot of women are working now, but I think there's still a lot of lack of education. So then women can access more to college degrees and that, because it's usually only safe for men here, especially here in Chile. So most of the families, especially poor families, prefer to educate their young men than educating their women. So yes, I think there's still a lot to do here in Chile.
And what about the sexual discrimination? Because we are not so time before we have just approved the Ley Zamudio about the anti-discrimination. Do you think that is the thing that we need like a law, or we have to do more things about this?
I think we have to do a lot of things. I think not only politically, but also religiously. I think we should teach our children to accept, beginning from schools. I think we should have schools making this more transparent, so then people know that this isn't only that people want to be, maybe what they call now homosexuals. I think they're born that way, so I think they should be respected all the way from school. And yes, I think there's still a lot to do, especially in school and religiously, politically. They should be more accepted everywhere.
Okay. So, well, Rosemary, I very thank you. I very appreciate your time, and well, I hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.